Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, if you hadn't already heard, Acolyte Season 2 is not happening. Yes, Disney Star Wars decided to cancel the show after the worst ratings that they had seen on any Disney Plus Star Wars series since they started putting that kind of garbage out there. And then, of course, the fans universally absolutely despised this show. It has the lowest audience score of all Star Wars products out there on Rotten Tomatoes. Yes, boys and girls, that Star Wars fans out there disliked this more than the holiday special and went out of their way to make sure not only did they not watch it, but any of those people, those poor, unfortunate souls that actually did, made their voices heard. Well, it's been kind of funny how things have been going on, because obviously we have seen time and time again Disney erase things from their past, trying to hide their own failures or rewrite their own history. And well, ladies and gentlemen, if you hadn't heard, there was a little bit of a rumor. Well, it wasn't even really a rumor. There were some people out there that confirmed it, that for some reason when you went onto Disney's merchandise website, the Acolyte was completely and totally missing. Now, at the time of this recording, it is currently back up, but it did seem quite a little quick thing just to happen. Was it a glitch? Was it Disney trying to quietly erase the Acolyte? And then as soon as we all figured it out what they were doing and started calling them out for it and announcing it out there loud and proud on social media, did they immediately backtrack and put it back up? Well, boys and girls, we're going to pull out all the evidence. We're going to show you exactly what was going on with this website and what was going on. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we just crossed 1,200. We're inching our way closer to 1,300, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, if you have already subscribed or follow, or if you haven't yet, make sure you leave us a comment in the section down below. Let us know. Do you think this was something intentionally that Disney was trying to do to just quietly try to erase the Acolyte? Especially concerning the fact that if any of us had access to the numbers on their merch sales, they were in the toilet and nobody was buying this. They were going to lose money on this merch, so they were just trying to quietly put it away so they could do it as a tax write-off. Or do you think this was just a random glitch on the website? But the fact that it was a random glitch, but it was only specific for the Acolyte, sure seems kind of suspect. But either way, let us know what you think about that in the comment section down below. So from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet John F. Trent, and also Bounding Into Comics jumped right on this story as well this morning. Both of them had articles out almost right away. Just That Park Place's website, I like their format a little bit better. The Acolyte merchandise and branding removed from Disney stores after announcement of show's cancellation. So as you can see, John F. Trent, the Walt Disney Company removed merchandise for the Acolyte as well as the entire brand from its Disney store amid the show being canceled. Of course, we've been over the numbers a million different times as to why it's all been canceled and everything else. So now, ex-user Review Bomb Adam reports that Disney has removed all Acolyte branded merchandise from its Disney store. So as we can go over here, we can go directly over to his little point over here, and we can check out his video. But really, it's just one of those situations where we're not going to watch the whole thing. It's a minute 45, but you can go through here. You can look at the relevant points, right? You can see him in here trying to type out the Acolyte right here, right? Acolyte, the Acolyte. Sorry, we can't find the products that you're looking for, right? He continues going on right here, clicks the search button. Obviously, no results are found for the Acolyte. Now, I did this exact same experiment as the time I was going on because I thought, well, maybe this is just a glitch. Maybe they screwed something up. We don't exactly know what's going on here. But when I went and did a search for the Acolyte, this is exactly what popped up. The entire store, all of this stuff has now been put back on there. The website is up and running again, and when you search for the Acolyte, this is exactly what you bring up. All of the t-shirts, all of this kind of stuff. I mean, the t-shirts are $30. They've got a bunch of lightsaber hilts. They've got a bunch of little droid figurines, which honestly for $15, I mean, yeah, there you go. That's kind of funny. It's kind of silly, but honestly, it's one of them situations where we know this stuff isn't selling. So would it surprise anybody at all? I don't know. But like I said, at this time, the website is still currently back up. So as can be seen in the above video, when you search for the Acolyte, it is directed to a page that results no results found for the Acolyte. Furthermore, when he searches for Star Wars and then filters by the movie/show, the Acolyte is no longer listed. One can see the others, such as the Bad Batch, Ahsoka, Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, yada yada yada, the Clone Wars, even Young Jedi Adventures. He also shared that even when you attempt to search by character, no characters from the Acolyte show up. The Disney store did indeed have the Acolyte merchandise. We just showed that off before the cancellation was announced. Instagram account Eternal Disney reported 3 t-shirts, and t-shirts were on the store as of June 12th. This also was confirmed by a report from Extra Magic Minutes, which noted that he was a Jedi Master sweatshirt, the Acolyte Together Fire Wars Stars, May shirt, the blog link to each of these products. However, all links are now dead, and one receives an oops page not found. Now, as you can see here, we click on the links now, and they work again. So that's the question that we all have to really consider here, and we really have to think about. Was this something that they did this? Because even the Google search results, a screenshot from Google, also confirmed these pieces of merchandise were indeed on the Disney Store, but have since been removed because, of course, if you click on the links, they did not work at one point. So the real question is, like I said, is this just a glitch? Did Disney do this intentionally? And it doesn't seem like it would have just been a glitch if it was only specifically Acolyte stuff that was removed. If you couldn't even find it in the listing boxes anymore. I don't know too much about programming code and websites, but I'd imagine removing something like this had to be very specific, and it wasn't just something that would show up accidentally by a glitch. So that's the real question, boys and girls. Is Disney Star Wars trying to erase the Acolyte from its existence, from its memory, much like what they did with Willow? There was even some people out there that speculated, Star Wars Theories were one of them, I'm sure among many others, is this something leading up to a removal of the Acolyte from the Disney Plus streaming service, much like what we saw with Willow, so that way they could end up taking a tax write-off. I don't know if that's the case or not. We'll eventually find out. But as of right now, getting called out and making sure that they announce this, that everybody out there was calling this out and announcing it to the world that, yes, Disney was trying to erase the Acolyte, of course, got them to turn around really quickly. Because if you don't think they don't monitor the social media accounts of some of the top people in the Fellowship, whether that be Nerdrotic, whether that be Star Wars Theory, whether that be Echo Base Network, or any of the rest of these great guys out there covering this stuff, doing the Lord's work, then you are simply a fool, boys and girls, because trust me, they pay attention. We know for a fact that one of them out there even followed WW Pro and that Park Place at one point before realizing, oops, I did it on my public account, can't have that happen, and immediately undid it. This is something that we know goes on. We know that they monitor people like Overlord DVD, like people like WW Pro, like that Park Place, all of that kind of stuff. This is something we have been very well aware of for a long time. So would it surprise anybody as soon as they found out that they got caught trying to quietly remove all of this merchandise that does not sell, will not sell on their website? Of course they did. They got caught, and they realized that it would only have given all of us more ammunition and made more of their woke weirdos cry, complain, and say that, oh, Disney's bowing down to all of those evil racist detectives out there. Well, guess what? We all know better. This show was a flop. It was a disastrous dumpster fire. It cost Disney Star Wars hundreds of millions of dollars and is going to end up on the ash heap pile of history as literally the worst Star Wars product of all time. And guess what? It's exactly what they deserve. So let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Do you believe this was a mistake, that this was an accident, or this was something very much done intentionally by the Walt Disney Company trying to remove this from their history, but since they got caught, had to put it back up because the last thing they wanted is more videos like this roasting them for their absolute abomination and trash that was the Acolyte, Disney Star Wars' lowest rated product of all time.